Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fits, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowman, and with me, as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's up?
What's up, man?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Internet Network. On Tuesdays, you got the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. You know, Thursdays is supposed to be us, but last week our podcast came out on Wednesday, so I don't know what's going on with that. But Thursdays is us, Fits, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel.
And then on Wednesday, you got the traditional way with Brett Shumway. And then once a month, you got the extra scoop with Peyton Fender and Jeff Doss.
For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Internet Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Fellas, it's showtime. What's going on, guys? Let's get into the finale. Avatar The Last Airbender. Episode.
I gotta say, the whole series, because I really like this. This turned out to be really good, but these last two episodes really sealed it for me.
I never got tired of rewatching everything. I don't know about you guys. I never got tired of rewatching it.
No,
I never did rewatch it.
Well, you watched 5 too many times.
I did, definitely. Yeah.
But so I like this because this is where we kind of start really getting into everything, and 7 starts out with they finally make it to the north, and it's the Northern Water Tribe. It's it's 10 times the size of where Sokka and Katara grew up. They got lots of waterbenders, and this is like the first time that Katara gets to meet a master Paku.
Paku, I thought it was.
Yeah, Paku. And everything with the meeting with them kind of goes well at first, but then she finds out like he's a bit of a misogynist. Like he believes the men do the fighting and the women do the healing, and that really upsets her because she's really trying to be a part of this fight. She brought the Avatar with her. Is Gene
Yo, Paul? I thought he was asleep, bro. I was
so like, so did I. And then you started looking, I was like, oh, I'm missing something.
To make you laugh, but I was like, oh shit, he fell asleep. Like, how you gonna fall asleep mid conversation? But no, go ahead. Yeah, he had that type of view. I don't know. I guess that was like what, a pre-World War I type of view, like.
He was just old school, He's so he was just really trying to
which I thought was interesting.
Yeah,
I thought was interesting because
it was just throughout the whole tribe, like that everyone believed in this.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of interesting because I think you and I both have said this before, like the Legend of Korra deals with like very heavy topics, like heavy political issues, right? So like you can already see that they're gonna sprinkle some stuff in whenever they can, because that was like I don't maybe because I was younger that I didn't realize that that's what it looked like on the Avatar, but like now when you see that you're like, oh man, that's a hot take right there. You're trying to get canceled, and I think it's crazy because that's what we're used to now. Is like if anything is too risky, you're just gonna cancel it.
Yes. Which I think the world is a little too sensitive right now about all that crap. But that's just me.
Free Dave Chappelle, please.
Right? You know what? That's all I could talk about.
Yeah, we don't even want to go there because we'll end up getting into a whole different. But I got you.
Oh my lord! But so he's got these ideals, and she's a little upset because she was really excited to further her training. And this is also where Aang was technically supposed to get his waterbending skills and learn and find, a master to teach him. But we'll get into that down the road.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Gene.
What's up, Gene?
Everything all right?
Yeah, the internet. You know how the internet
Bro, the
is.
way it stopped, we
Yeah.
thought you fell asleep in the middle of him talking.
Nah.
For a minute.
That's why
For a
I told him.
minute.
I told him, I said, yo, I thought I was about to be like, yo, you can't fall asleep, bro. Like, come on now. That was just rude. He's just talking.
No, the second I
He
seen him,
froze again.
no. Oh, good lord!
Nah.
This is gonna be
Ian?
one of those things.
Goodness.
So,
Yeah, right.
well, if you could hear us, Gene, we talked about.
I can hear you.
Yeah, we talked about Katara. She met the master, and he kind of dismissed her more or less. The women heal, the men fight, and that's all we really got into.
Hey, Gene, I just know sometimes you always have like different not views on those political type issues, but like when shows try to force it too much. Did you like that or not?
No, I really didn't have an opinion about it at all.
Just because, like, you know how like some shows they try to like force too many like social or political issues, and then the show ends up getting like kind of like watered down.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to see like, what did you think? Like, you thought like it fit pretty well.
Yep, I didn't have I didn't have an issue with that at all. And actually, about all of that, I really don't have an issue. I don't care. All I care about is good content. If it fits the show or movie or book, whatever, then I'm okay with it. But
Gotcha.
I see people complaining all the time, Marvel being too woke and all of that. I'm like, I don't care about all of that. Just give me a good story.
Yeah,
As long as I'm able to enjoy it.
Yes,
That's all I care about.
Yeah,
And
that's what I was
that's
gonna
with
say.
anything.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, did you think it fit the story, or was it out of place?
No, I mean it
So
was fine because at the end of the day, they needed the women to help.
yeah,
Mhm.
no, that's cool. One thing, not that I didn't like, I like the fact that they touched on it. I think the one thing that Joe, you might agree with me, is just the fight scene was real different from the anime to the real life. So like that was like it kind of. I think I was expecting, like when you start like you already know what's gonna happen, so you're expecting a certain type of fight scene, and it didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go. But
well, and they rushed Katara's whole
progression.
progression as a waterbender because she didn't go. It wasn't 8 episodes. Like it took her a minute, and then she has to deal with him, and then she does what she has to do later, which we'll see in the next chapter. The other we also met another new
Hold on.
character.
I got a question. I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
About her and her water powers, right? Now, does she have the ability to take water out of somebody's body?
Oh,
I
we're not
hate you.
answering
You
you.
know that.
We're not answering you. Just
what's funny about that?
stop being so woke, man. Just play dumb. Play dumb and just watch the damn
No,
show.
but you know what's funny, Angel? He either saw something or figured this out on his own.
He like presses on things.
I never figured this out watching the show until something happened. So that's
Bro,
all.
wait till the wait.
Only reason I
wait.
said that is because Wolverine can never beat Magneto.
Nope.
Not at all. Wolverine. If Magneto doesn't want Wolverine to move, he won't move. Right?
It's crazy, Gene, because
So
your
I
thought
just look at
process is so rare. Like that's how you got to that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, he could get so if somebody but that's his skeleton is adamantium, so he can control that. So that's why I'm thinking about our body is supposed to be 70% water. So her powers is water. Like she should just be like, you know what, you're dehydrated right now. Deal with these cramps, buddy. How you like that trolley horse?
You're close, but no cigar.
Hey,
That's
listen,
all
let me tell you something. I'm not gonna ruin it for you. But at some point when they show some of the bending, it's either gonna not ruin the show for you, but it's gonna make you lose your mind. That's all I'm gonna say.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we got a whole lot going on in this episode. So the North doesn't know it yet, but Aang saw an attack coming, but he doesn't see what scale the attack is on. Kyoshi showed him the North being destroyed by the Fire Nation. Meanwhile, right at the beginning of this, General Zhao tries to kill Zuko. He thought he did, but he didn't. Zuko got away at
That's
the
kind of
last
messed
second.
up. That was messed
Yeah,
up.
well, this dude don't care. This dude, one, he doesn't respect Zuko, even if he is the Fire Lord's son. Two, he's always trying to elevate himself. He would try to elevate himself above the Fire Lord if he could. So these are the kind of things that, and then he's working with Azula, the daughter / sister of Zuko. So the Fire Lord's daughter.
Go ahead, Angel.
And
Angel got a question, Joe.
yeah, go ahead.
Two things. One, I meant to tell you guys earlier. The solar eclipse, it made me think of Sozin's comet was coming. That's what I meant to tell you guys earlier. Because the same way how like in the beginning when everything turned red, that's what I was like, oh, it's Sozin's comet's coming. Like my bending powers, I'm gonna start like be able to do stuff.
Gives them power, but doesn't an eclipse take away their power for a day?
Oh, it does, right? Because they hide the sun, and the sun is what they.
Yeah.
Oh, they're lucky there's no firebenders out because I would have been hauling ass. I would have been throwing water everywhere. One of my
buddies said that today. He's like, "Hurry up, attack the Fire Nation."
The other thing I was just gonna say was, this is something that got me mad. It was funny enough. I didn't like how Iroh was so philosophical and so smart. Because I want to be like, just like burn this dude already. He just killed your nephew. Like you're next to him. Just burn him. Like physically, like just throw him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cook him like he's barbecue. Like it gets me mad, but he already knew it. And he's like, no, we'll just play the long game. We're just going to wait. And it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Drives me nuts.
They haven't really shown off much of Iroh. Hopefully
his powers are ridiculous.
He's going to get a chance to shine, I think, next season. I really hope.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because he is one of my favorite characters in the show. But this one, I just don't think I guess I'm just too picky. I like the way he looked, but they didn't showcase him enough yet in my opinion. And he's always been one of my favorites. So like I said, he's on the offensive. Aang's trying to save the day. He thinks he can do like he did with Kyoshi and have the water avatar of that village help him. But when he does commune with him, he basically says, yeah, I don't have that ability because he never had the ability to use the avatar state because he was too busy checking out and trying to help the spirit realm heal because he said there were dark forces trying to come over from the spirit realm. So that was his whole focus. He's basically saying to Aang, like, can't help you.
I'm
bro.
useless.
Sorry.
I'm useless.
More or less. Like he was kind of angry with Aang about it because he's telling Aang, like, how are you here and you haven't even mastered another bending? You know, like what is going he didn't know the full story of Aang, so which we understand, and that's gonna play a big part at the end here. So also met.
Let me ask you this,
Princess.
Both of you guys.
Is it Princess Yue? Yeah, go ahead.
If you're Aang, are you ever afraid to die? You know you're gonna still be alive somewhere. I would never be scared to die.
Hell yeah! Why would you not? Why you want to go through all that pain?
Well, you're gonna be a spirit, and you're gonna be able to walk around and talk to people still.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about these other avatars.
They're not walking around and talking.
They're in the spirit realm or whatever. They know what's going on.
They're in his body.
But they know what's going on.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, but
because
they're not like live. Yeah, but they're not like living and walking around. He has to tap into it. So until there's an avatar, it's just dead space.
They're on the plane of the avatar in the spirit realm. They're not.
Yeah, like they're
like chilling in the spirit realm.
Yeah, they're not like talking with the other spirits. Like, yo, what's up? Yeah. How you do? Oh, yo, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's Avatar Kyoshi. Yo, Roku, come on.
I think
no.
So. I thought that's what they were doing. I thought
they literally live. They only live on a plane within the avatar.
And remember, they can only be contacted through the avatar. The avatar has to find that and has to be contacted. So remember how they said there's 100 years where in between Aang and there was no avatar. That was 100 years that Roku was just in that avatar plane doing nothing.
So explain to me, what are these things that are in the spirit realm?
Those are evil spirits. like those, or not evil spirits. Those are spirits that went rogue, kind of like rogue samurais, right?
That
And
chose not to die.
kind of like a ghost, right? Wouldn't you say so, Gene?
Yeah.
Or Joe,
No,
tell me, am I on
they're
the right
angry
path?
spirit. They're basically angry spirits that don't know what to do because the Avatar is supposed to help with both worlds. So if the Avatar wasn't there, then they couldn't cross over. They're stuck. That's my understanding.
But they were once alive and now they're just stuck.
Yeah, that's like a ghost. You know that, right?
Yeah. So if that, so people are not actually dying away. They still have some level of consciousness when they die.
Well, I think what determines it is what caused them to die, right? If it was like because of grief or because of something, like something didn't relinquish them to go to wherever they go to in the Avatar realm. I don't know. Avatar
Well,
universe. I don't know.
well, Aang talked to one of his people, one of his airbenders. Remember the old man? What was his
Yatsu?
name? We haven't seen him since
Yeah,
episode 1. I
Yatsu.
haven't seen him since episode 1.
We're probably not gonna see. Well, we're probably not gonna see him for a while.
So he was able to communicate with that guy. So I didn't think people were dying. I thought they were just hanging out in another world.
But he said, now Joe, correct me if I'm right or wrong. He said he purposely did not go away because he knew Aang was gonna need him.
Well, the monks
He
know
said
how
that.
to. The monks can help with the spirit realm a little bit. 'cause
Exactly.
They know
And
how.
then
So he did. He stuck around to try and help Aang. I don't think he
exactly.
thought he
And
was going
then
to be sticking around for 100 years,
but then once he stuck yes, but then once he stuck around, Aang, he knew he wasn't gonna see Aang again. Because he knew his interaction was limited to that one. He just needed to stick around for one interaction, whatever. Which is why I say, like, the spirits can choose whether they want to, because of whatever trauma, whatever it is, they can choose whether they want to be relinquished and go, or they want to stick around and cause mayhem and havoc. Because think about like the bear, right? They said like when the bear that had the claw marks, he knew that the monster, he knew that was the bear because it was a hurt spirit. And he said, you're just hurting from pain. If it wasn't hurting from pain, it probably wouldn't have even been a monster. The monsters come out because they're went through some type of trauma.
Okay.
Boom. I need to get a PhD in this. I need to get a PhD in this, people.
I still think Aang did not have anything to worry about. I think he's going to still float around somewhere. But anyway, let's continue. Go ahead,
okay,
Joe.
so we met Princess Yue. She's going to play a big part in this last episode because she basically tells. Well, first off, of course, like Travis was saying, this is another love interest for Sokka. And of course, it's going to kind of end tragically because that's just what happens with Sokka. So she explains how she was really sick as a child, and the moon spirit, which is a fish in a pond that lives in there.
Wait, hold on. They're koi fish.
Yeah, the koi
Let's tell
fish.
everybody, like they're koi fish, and they represent the yin and yang.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was really a fish. Okay. I'm
well,
watching it.
That's the spirit representation, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, no. So I'm watching it, and I was looking like, is that a fish? Because they were showing it, but it wasn't like they weren't leaving the camera on it for a long time.
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to. I think they were. I think you would only get it if you just assume water and something's floating around in it. But I don't think they were trying to show it because I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, this is not a knock on the show. I just think like the CGI would have been way too much to figure out how to do all that extra stuff with it.
Okay.
So the moon is what gives just like the sun gives the Fire Nation their power, like for the most part, the moon represents the water bender's power. So what we find out is General Zhao, he has a special weapon. He wants to kill the moon spirit, so all the water benders lose their bending, and that gets him one step closer to his goal to be all powerful, make a name for himself, hopefully get a promotion from the Fire Lord. Like that's all he wants to move up, more power, more recognition, whatever. Because he literally said like he wants to be known as the Moon Slayer. Like that's his next goal. Which whatever, that guy's crazy. But so that's his idea, that's his plan. And meanwhile, Zuko meets back up with his uncle. His uncle's super excited. He's not dead. And then he tells him like he still wants to continue to find and capture the Avatar during this war of all things, right? Like your people are at war with the Water Nation, and you're just so fixated on the Avatar. It's pretty crazy to me.
Well, I mean, that's his mission.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
his
I
mission was not to
know,
have a war.
but literally you are considered a traitor now among your people. You have this commander and your sister coming at you, and now you have no idea if your father's still going to take you back. If your father thinks you're a traitor, you're dead on sight. So maybe you want to switch it up, but that's just me. The other thing, the very last part of this whole episode, we got Katara versus Paku. She's going to prove a point. She's going to prove that she can do more than heal, that the women can help. And he, of course, is saying he's going to prove her wrong. I remember this fight from the series, and I was hoping that they could do it good. They did it pretty good justice. But like I said, it's just my only problem with Katara is she just didn't have enough time from the show and this one to really be at a master level. And she had more time in this show. So I know they kind of accelerate everything, but she is very skilled. And she gives a master who's been doing this a lot longer than her, who didn't just learn from a scroll, a run for his money. And, you think she would have changed his mind. Right now, no. He still says, like, move on, get out of my face. So then, as that's happening, the Fire Nation starts to attack. Go ahead, Gene.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, she's just not training, just somewhere, like she's actually in wars and is consistently fighting.
No, I
So
agree.
maybe that's a way that they can explain why she's progressing pretty quickly. I don't know. Now is this on pace? The live action, is it on pace with the first season in the animated series?
Yeah, this is where the first book ended. It ended here exactly like this. Yeah.
So did she have these powers then? I mean, because you guys said that it's pretty much close to being the same amount of episodes, the animated series and the live action.
Yeah, she was this powerful.
Yeah, she
At
was.
this
She
point,
was.
at this point. So
Yeah.
all right. So I mean, I guess you can kind of say we just kind of missed out on some of the training that she went
Like
through.
so that's what we were saying. Like it was really just a filler episodes.
Mm.
So you got like,
Yeah.
it's no different. It's no different than like when they're used to, I don't want to say they're used to be. I don't know if they still do it, but like the 22, 23 episodes, sitcoms.
Hmm.
Like if there was a storyline to it, you figure 13 of them were real episodes. The other 13 were random episodes, and like the last minute or the last 5 minutes would like tie something that made you want to watch the next episode that brought it back to the storyline.
Well, I'm gonna
So
tell you,
that's really what they did.
I'm gonna tell you. I mean, that's something that's relatively newer, Angel, because as a kid in the 80s and 90s, sitcoms really didn't tie into each other. Like,
Well,
the,
no, they didn't. See,
I
so
mean,
that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
maybe a drama show probably did, but
But not
not,
sitcoms. No,
yeah,
no,
not
no, you're right.
sitcoms.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like my girl, I love Wayne's Brothers and I love Jamie
Mhm.
Foxx show and all that. And she's like, but what's the point? And I was like, nothing, they're just episodes. Yeah, but like what how come that
That's
episode didn't
funny.
make sense with this episode? I'm like,
I
it
got you.
doesn't have to. I told her I was like, it doesn't have to, it's just an episode. I told her I was like, think of like every week was just a new adventure and
Yeah.
they wrap it up in 30 minutes. That's it. It's like
So I
nothing
didn't
more.
I didn't even think that people nowadays they don't their shows are not like that. So they don't think that
Yeah.
way,
So they
you
don't
know.
get like to them. They're like, but why would
Yeah.
I watch it if
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense? Like I'm just gonna watch a bunch of episodes. And for me, I'm like, it's just funny. Like just watch the episode. It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't have to tie in. And I think
Yeah.
that's like, but it's like how you said with drama. Is like I'm gonna tell you right now, one of the best shows I know that did that was How to Get Away with Murder with Viola
Yep.
Davis. That
Okay.
that one was 13 episodes, but Joe, it was like a crazy 13 episodes. Like you were like, after like a season, you were like, holy crap, like what's going on here? So that's why I say, like,
That was a great
they
show.
they did that with the anime. They just took out like just the extra fat. They just made it. It was like this is the entree. That's it. It's done and over with. Nothing more.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay,
So
Joe.
that gives us that episode pretty much, and then we go into the next episode, and you know they basically find out there's a lot more ships than they thought. Zuko tries to take out Aang. Katara fights Zuko, which is
I like
actually
that fight.
that was a decent fight.
Yeah.
And she should be able to hang, even though Zuko's very trained and very powerful. Fire versus water. I mean, she has the advantage, frankly, in that. But you know, he's got the skill, and so that was a decent fight. But like I said, the other thing we find out is the moon spirit had saved the princess, so she's connected to that thing, which of course we're going to find out plays
Did
a
you
little bit
understand
in the end.
how it saved her?
No, they didn't really.
Mm-mm.
I mean, give a
Okay.
full
All right.
explanation. It was just she was sick, she needed help. The moon created a miracle and saved her.
All right, I just want to make sure it wasn't
So-
just me me missing it.
No, they didn't say like how. I mean, they just said it was a miracle.
Now there's a
just
part. There's a part of this battle that I did not like. Was when Momo gets boulders dropped on his head, right? And I'm
Yeah.
thinking he should be dead. Like Momo
Oh my
should be
god,
no mo.
here you go again, bro.
Momo
Here you
should have been
go.
no mo. That was it. And they put him in the water. Like
How long you been holding on to that one?
as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, his ass is dead." That's it. So when he came back to
healing
life,
water.
I thought this was crazy. Now I did not like that part because it's not like he had. I could see like if he had got sick and got a disease, you know, or he was poisoned. Okay, but boulders, like pieces of building, rocks landing on this little monkey-like creature. Like his body is not made of steel. Like he can't survive.
But let me.
He
But
was
like
under a rock. There's no other thing you can say about that. His ass was under
The
a rock.
moon spirit healed him.
all I was gonna say was
Think
that's
about
what
the healing
adds
of the
in.
waterbenders.
Yeah, that's what adds into the sci-fi of the show, is that he was able to be healed through that, right? If you get cut by a lightsaber, you should die. You should disintegrate. But Anakin still had his arm remade. Like,
Yeah, it's the future.
Because that's it.
It's the future. It's technology.
Don't get me started. Don't get me started on Star Wars. Don't get me started on Star Wars. I go all day with that. Okay, he cut his hand off. It cauterized. It's a lightsaber. That's what happens. Anyhow, okay.
It's the future past. My bad, because it's even though they're futuristic, it happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe.
So Zhao gets in. He kills the moon spirit. Waterbenders all lose their power. Fire Nation's taken over. It's pandemonium. It's all messed up. So Aang starts thinking back to all his talks with all the other avatars. And one thing that pops out is that yes, the avatar is strong, the elements are strong, but the spirits, the elemental spirits can be stronger. So he goes into the avatar state, gets in the pool where the moon spirit was killed, and a giant water elemental
he comes
appears
out in a water Godzilla suit. That's
we're
what
talking about
it.
Aang, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, Aang formed this with the avatar state, but it's formed the way they explain it. They said it was formed through anger, and he's just upset and wrath and everything. So
now this was after
he doesn't have control of it. He doesn't have control of it.
Right.
This was after the moon spirit was killed, right?
Yep.
Yes, and the tide of the war started to turn, so he kind of got desperate and just
gave his body.
He doesn't have control of the avatar state. If he could control the avatar state, he could probably wipe out most of the Fire Nation. But this is his only way because, like, he doesn't know another way right now.
Well, he gave his body to some other spirit, the other spirit that was in the water.
Well, the spirit was dead.
The other one. There were two.
No. Because remember, it's yin and yang, Joe. So the white fish, the white fish is, remember, like, and then it's supposed to be good with a little bit of evil. The other fish was evil with a little bit of good. So
yeah, so that that's who he gave his body to, is that other one, and he was just going
Yeah.
crazy. So when the princess gave her body to the moonfish, whatever the hell that thing was.
She basically gave back the gift that was given to
Right,
her.
right.
Yeah.
So that's when he saw that the moon had came back. So then he went back into the water to be with her,
Yep.
Yes.
and then Aang was able to come back.
Yeah.
You
Because
know,
because when they talked about it, they told the tale that they were like eternal lovers, right?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Right? Like they'll always need each other to have balance.
Zhao runs into Zuko, realizes he's alive. He can't have that because that's going to mess up his whole plan, which has kind of already been messed up since the moon spirit is now back.
I would have killed him.
I
If I
think
was Zuko, I would have killed him.
he should have,
Yeah,
because this dude was ready to kill him,
yeah,
and
exactly.
I think he's not going to stop until he is dead, because that's his biggest threat.
Yep.
Zuko is his biggest threat. But why wouldn't he kill him? Honestly, does he have a change of heart? Is he trying to be a better person? Is this what his uncle would do? Like, who knows? Or maybe the Avatar is starting to get to him. Who knows? So they deal with that now. They're showing us Zuko's kind of going through the betrayal of the commander, the betrayal of his sister, and technically the betrayal of his father. Everything he's doing is for his father, but his father was the first one to really betray him, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. And set him on
And
this path.
so now the Fire Nation is having trouble with this crazy elemental spirit, and they're trying to figure everything out. And Katara is the one who kind of talks Aang off the ledge. She gets him to calm down, stop the spirit, tell him everything's going to be okay. Sokka has to deal with the fact that he lost the princess, and then they do drive the Fire Nation back, and overall, Paku changes his mindset on whether or not Katara can be a master bender. He even gives her a compliment, and he says, maybe we need to change our ways and have more warriors than not a bunch of healers. So take everyone and see, can they be a warrior, can they be a healer, that not just judge them by whether they're a man or a woman. And then we see them off, and they're off to their next adventure in the next book, which is going to be the Book of Earth. And we'll get another 8 episodes. Have you guys seen when the next season will come out?
They're not gonna say it. They're
really
probably not gonna say it till like the summer.
I was thinking next year.
No, they're not gonna
More
say it till the
likely.
summer of when it's gonna come out. That's what
Okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna say it till the summer. It's probably not gonna come out for another year.
Yeah.
Wait. So was that it? Because I have some stuff I want to bring up that I saw.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, did you guys hear about the new trailer for Mortal Kombat's coming out soon?
No.
The real trailer,
So-
because there's a fake trailer.
No, they have a teaser, and the trailer is going to be coming out soon. They just they wrapped up filming for Mortal Kombat 2.
Okay.
So that is looking good. I don't know if we were going to talk about what we should watch next. Do you guys have an idea, or am I able to put my 2 cents in?
You can put your
What's
2
your
cents
2
in, but
cents?
this what I was thinking also. Before you continue, so after watching this, I kind of want us to do some more series.
It's good,
this.
right? I like it.
Well, I didn't mean Avatar. Yes, I like Avatar.
Oh,
But I meant like other martial arts, series. Like we have Warrior.
Warrior's great.
we've been
and
talking about that one for a while.
Yeah.
And Shogun, we gotta watch Shogun.
Yeah, and then there's the other one, the MMA one. I already watched the whole series on it, but it's real good.
so did I.
The MMA one, which?
Yeah, it's with Frank Grillo. I think that's
we-
the
That's
did
a
name.
good
talk about it?
series. That's a good series.
It used to be on the It used to be on FX, right?
Yeah, it's Frank Grillo, and it's the main character is the Jonas brother. I forget
Yeah.
his name.
Yeah.
I want to
called,
do that,
like-
but see,
It's called Kingdom, I think.
Kingdom,
That's right,
That's
yes.
what it was. It was Nick Jonas was the main guy. That's who it was.
Yeah. See, but this is my thing. I do want to do some more, but when we do it, I kind of want to watch movies in between because I don't want to watch because some of these have like 3 or 4 seasons. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think it can get awfully boring really really fast.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
constantly doing
Watch
that.
if you like any of those that you watch that. If you haven't watched them, watch Into the Badlands as well. That's a good one.
No, I haven't seen that. I've seen the other. You know what? I've seen maybe 8 episodes of Warrior already. I've watched the whole series of Kingdom, all of the seasons. I already saw that was pretty good. I have not finished Warrior. But what I'm saying, like, so we should do, season 1, take a break, do movies for, a few months, then come back and do season 2 and so on with any of these shows,
I think that's good.
Okay. But I don't have anything planned for anything next, Angel. Do you got any idea, you or Joe?
Roadhouse.
Okay, how many versions of Roadhouse is it?
What are you talking about? It's just Roadhouse. It's the newest one that just came out.
Okay, so didn't Roadhouse come out in the 80s? Wasn't there a
With
Roadhouse
Patrick
in the 80s?
Swayze. Patrick Swayze.
So that's what you're
Yes,
talking about?
Roadhouse. No,
I'm talking about
this
the
is
new one.
So
They just
okay,
did
that's
a
what
reboot.
that's what I'm asking you. How many?
Oh,
have
you
they
said
had?
versions. You're making me think
Yeah.
it was like 5 movies. I was like, I thought it's just one. Like, what?
No, I don't know. That's what I'm
There's
asking
two
you. I
versions.
don't know because people talk about it all the time, and I didn't know if it was one or if it was remade again in the early 2000s and then it was remade again now. Like I didn't know. Like that's what I'm asking you. Like, how many is it?
I only knew of just the one with Patrick Swayze and then this one that just came out.
Okay,
But
What'd you
Patrick
say,
Swayze
Joe?
one's better, just so you know.
I didn't hear you,
You-
Joe. You kind of went out.
No, there's only 2, but the Patrick Swayze one's better, just so you know.
You already
Oh.
watched it?
I watched both of them.
God damn it, man! This guy, we can never stay ahead of him.
Okay,
This is
Angel.
crazy.
Joe. Is it a remake or is
Yeah,
it
the one on
or is it a
Prime
reboot?
with Jake Gyllenhaal is a remake.
Okay, so it's no continuation from the other one. So it's not. It's just the same character, just redone, updated, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's
Okay,
crazy.
gotcha.
And it's got what's his face in it? It's got a couple of
Conor
MMA guys in it.
McGregor. It's
Yeah, Conor.
so it has a martial arts influence. Am I right or wrong?
Loosely, it's right up our alley. It's fun. Listen, I got other stuff
now
too.
Gene doesn't want to. Now Gene's
Yeah.
like, hell no. I ain't watching this shit.
Listen,
Hell no.
I got movies that we could talk about. Crank 1 and 2, craziest movies.
No. If we're gonna do Crank, then we could definitely watch Roadhouse.
I didn't say anything about your Roadhouse.
I'm saying that for this guy over there. That guy over there.
Other ideas. Bulletproof Monk is decent. It's an interesting one to talk about, just the premise of it. And what
I
was
remember that one. I never watched it. I know what that is.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not the best movie, but it's worth talking about because the premise of it is weird and interesting. So that's all I got. But I don't care. I'll watch whatever.
Up to you guys. I give my 2 cents, so it's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
Okay, we can watch which version of Roadhouse do you want to watch?
I'm watching the new one. Oh, no.
Watch the new one.
What is it? Is it on something like I don't know?
Prime.
It's
It's on Prime.
Okay. All right. Now Angel. If this is whack, I'm gonna burn you up like I'm part of the Fire Nation, man.
It's not whack. It's entertaining.
Okay. All right. So that's what we're gonna roll with, huh? Roadhouse next. All right.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool. You guys got any closing remarks or anything?
No, I'm good.
Man. Just really, really just listen to the shows this week. I think I was able to see some sneak peeks of the stuff that the content's going to get put out from Martial Arts Center Network this week. So just make sure everybody listens in and pays attention. It's going to be some good stuff.
All right, everyone. I want you to stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week. And I'm going to play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.